Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. The 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Here we go. Now here's Sadaransky. Pass to Fall. Back to Sadaransky. Clock at 6. Here's Fall. It's intercepted. Down low. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Nice way to start the game. That's where you'd like to get your shots from.
Sadaransky outside. Going inside. Uses the glass on the layup. About a minute played here so far in the first. Knocked loose. Here's Shengelia. The putback. Sadaransky outside. To the middle. Here's Fall. And he goes in for the dunk.
So sick, the vertical ability.
That was flat out awesome. He has that effortless knack for getting to the hoop. Tips it back in.
Wow, that is just great work, and he got rewarded with that tip-in.
Got a piece of it. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. Smith's good.
This is exactly the start they were hoping for at the offensive end.
Sadaransky outside to the inside. Here's Poirier. Pass to Dozier. Here's Poirier. To the wing on the left. 4 on the clock. Lets it go from the wing. And he nails the jumper.
And when you start out shooting 80% or better as a team, you start to feel yourself a little bit, and that feeling is good.
Here's Smith. The layup off target.
And it was a great chance to finish on the break, and he flubs it.
Can't believe he missed that. Looked like a loss of focus. Well, if you work the ball inside, it is going to pay dividends.
And he makes it. He's got 6.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
Shot's good by Satoransky.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Pass to Poirier. Here's Dozier. Takes the three. Doesn't go. And he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Here's Shengelia. He's scoreless. The three ball. Here's Fall. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Oh my. What a display of effort.
That's his bread and butter, right? Chasing down the boards.
And he showed you great timing as well. Offensive rebounding, one of his specialties.
And he banks in the layup. And he drives in. Shots blocked. Here's Poirier. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And that one misses. Here's Norris. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. He takes it in. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
A bit undersized. His hops make him a legit small ball 4.
And the visitors call time here. Here's Larkin, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. Pass to Lloyd. Fires from deep. Ball stolen. Inside. Wesley. 5 on the clock. To the paint. Here's Shengelia. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
Pass to Lloyd. Here's Larkin. To the right side. For three. Doesn't go. And he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Boy, the offense has been on point.
They have great timing and great communication. So hard to get stops against them.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover.
And despite the turnovers, they're winning this game. I just love how he runs the floor with energy and intensity, but still stays under control.
In this league, you run whenever you can. It's so much easier to score in transition.
Out left to the wing. Got a hand on it. Here's Swider. No made baskets yet. Yes, it's good. And this game is tied up now.
And they keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, you came to the right place.
To the inside. Here's Lloyd. Wide open look. And that one hits the back iron.
Well, that's a look you rarely see him miss.
Out to the wing. To the middle. Here's Vesely. Off target at the rim.
The defense doing just enough there to affect that shot.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Lloyd. It's deflected. Here's the three. The shot, no good. We're at the end of one in a close game so far. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And that's where their advantage is. Throw the ball inside, make it difficult for the defense to make some decisions.
All right, Tim, back in 1996, you led the league in three-point percentage. You shot 52% on 3 attempts per game. Talk about the hot hand.
Well, B.A., it shows you how much the game has changed. I had a green light, but it was a different shade of green. I still only took 3 per game. Now you have multiple guys every night that will take 3 in the first quarter.
That green light's now neon green for many.
No doubt.
Pass to Sadaransky. Let's go with a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Sadaransky's got 7 points in the game.
Well, those are the ones you're happy to get every trip down the floor if you can.
From outside the arc. It's not going to go for him. Second quarter of basketball. Just over a minute and a half played so far. Inside. Right wing. 3-pointer. Nails it from beyond the arc.
That's a breakdown defensively. He is far too good of a shooter to leave that wide open.
Pass to Swider. Over to the left wing. Here's Larkin. 4-3. It's hauled in by Fall. Down low. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And he commits the intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Pass to Smits. Here's Courtney. No points so far. Here's Dozier. Hits the trifecta.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Here's Lapravitola. The 3. His first miss of the game. 3 of 4 from the field now. To the left side wing. Here's Courtney. That 3's off the mark. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's Lapravitola. Here's Fall. 6 points for him. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Here's Sadaransky. Carries it down low. Sadaransky's got 9. Pass to Dozier. Here's Poirier. Poke loose. Here's Lapravitola. Sadaransky outside. From behind the arc. Up again. Poirier with the rebound. Here's the break. To the wing, right side. Here's Dozier. And right now, he's currently putting up 6.5 points. Oh, man!
Look out below.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Count that one.
Yeah, he found some room there along the baseline. Some space at the rim. Goes right up, and puts it in without resistance.
Pass to Smits. Here's Courtney. Shot clock at 5. Lets a 3 fly. It's hauled in by Fall. Satoransky left side. Here's Lapravitola. To the middle. Here's Hernan Gomez.
And you can't leave the basket unprotected. Bad things will happen to you.
Yeah, that was just way too easy.
And now this offense feels like they can just do whatever they want.
Pass to Smits. Here's Courtney. Three-pointer, no good.
And that's not exactly the matchup they were looking to exploit there.
To the paint. Here's Fall. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
They've been the more poised team tonight, and the score reflects that.
I love their approach tonight. They are hitting at a really high percentage.
Out to the right wing. To the left wing. Pass to Smits. This one for 3. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
And when you're trailing in a game, it can be tempting to try to go for the big play.
Here's Lapravitola. And here's Satoransky. He's got 9. And Fall gets it to go. Fall's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the first half. Pass to Smits. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by Norris.
And they're doing strong work on the glass. A +5 advantage for them.
Here's Lapravitola. Here's Fall. 10 points for him. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Dozier. Off target from 3-point range. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now Satoransky. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game. Pass to Lapravitola. The 3. And it's Smits with a rebound. Fires the 3. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. They're up by 5. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Pass to Courtney. Over to the left wing. From downtown, it's rebounded by Vesely.
Great job on the closeout and taking away space against a good shooter.
Good.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Out to the right wing. Here's the steal. Inside. Chingalia. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, getting a high percentage look right out of the locker room to start the second half. Exactly what they were looking for.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
All right, Legs, when it comes to rim protection, other than Victor Wembanyama, who's at the top of your list?
Well, certainly his fellow countryman Rudy Gobert would be up there, but I also like guys like Jaren Jackson Jr. and Evan Mobley because I like guys who combine shot blocking with mobility on the perimeter.
Such an influx of great talent with size in the NBA right now.
Great list of young guys who can do both.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
Smits can't get it to go.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards. And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Out to the wing. Over to the wing. To the inside. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Interior passing is so difficult if you aren't precise. They were right there. Nice work.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
And he makes a first. And that's good as he hits both shots.
Yeah, he's as good as it gets at the line. Pretty much automatic.
Knocked away. Pass to Vesely. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Man, good whistle there.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he drops a first. Good on both. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's Larkin. Pass to Smits. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Larkin. Fires the 3. Smits can't get it to go.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
Here's Vesely. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Vesely's got 6 here in the quarter.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, the way this game has gone, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
Here's Smits. Give him 8 points now. And the shot's good.
And I like the fact they didn't settle there. They worked for a higher percentage shot.
And the layup is good off the glass. 10 points for him.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Driving in. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
It looked like a let-up from the team in the lead.
Now here's Satoransky. 9 points in the game. Here's Vesely. And stolen by Jones. And so they choose to intentionally foul. The home team on D. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Pass to Swider. So it's the home team now. They've got a 9-point lead. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey guys, the future of the NBA is digital. Commissioner Silver said streaming allows us to better engage fans through the personalization of telecasts, creating chat communities, buying products, playing fantasy. There's an enormous opportunity. We are just barely scratching the surface. Brian?
It's getting interactive. All right, Allie, thank you. And the ball ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Pass to Smits. There's the 3. That shot off.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
And the visitors call time here. On defense, the visiting team. A 12-point game. Pass to Norris. 6 to shoot. It's tipped. Stolen by Jones. And the dunk by Jones.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
All it takes is a half second of carelessness, and someone will be rocking the rim going the other way.
Lloyd pulls it in. Pass to Swider. There's the drive. Here's Larkin. Out to the right wing. The three is up. He drops it from range. Larkin's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, if you give him that much room, he's usually going to connect.
And here's Satoransky. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Fall. And he throws it down with one hand.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
That's just a smart play right there. The right pass to a ready shooter.
Now here's Satoransky. 9 points in the game. Down low. And Fall gets it to go. Fall's got 4 points now in the quarter. Here's Larkin. 5 points in the game. "40 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Swider. Jacks up a three. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for three.
Ooh, good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
Good on the second one. The last one's off. They'll settle for two.
Their strong work ethic has been evident on the glass, really getting after it and being physical.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. To the paint. Off the mark there with a three. It's good! It counts at the buzzer!
Oh, wow. Oh, showing some moxie. Nailing a huge Hail Mary.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. Up by 4. And time to step away quickly. But we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Satoransky with it. To the middle. To the left side wing.
After a solid first half, he's now forcing things and getting a little careless with the ball.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Pass to Lloyd. Here's Swider. No good with the triple.
You have to defend the three-point line. They got lucky he missed that one.
Inside. It's picked off. Here's Lloyd. Fires for three. That's tipped. And he stays with it. Pass to Larkin. Here's Lloyd. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Fall.
Well, you have a feeling this would be a completely different game if it wasn't for his brutal shooting performance.
Here's Shengelia. And they're on the break. Here's Jones. And the dunk by Jones.
And really showing the athleticism, flying solo.
Well, he had the spotlight. Why not add a little flair?
It's good, and there's a block called on the play. He'll get one free throw.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
And the free throw, no good. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Pass to Larkin. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Boy, this lead is razor thin.
Yeah, B.A., and there's a chance to extend that right here.
Out to the right wing. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Shengelia. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Woo, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Pass to Smits. To the wing on the left. Here's Dozier. Drains the triple.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it. It's just about finding that rhythm.
Back to Satoransky. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. First one falls for him.
And they've been so much more aggressive drawing the whistle here in the second half.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Pass to Courtney. Here's Dozier. Out left to the wing. They swipe it. Satoransky outside. Into the lane. And he gets it to go. Satoransky's got 4 points this quarter.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Good on the bucket.
Now, he's leading the charge for them, but let's be honest, he needs more help if they're going to get out in front.
He's doing everything he can to keep them in this game, finding good looks.
Pass to Vesely. Back to Satoransky. Shot clock at 6. Here's Norris. Here's Courtney. And they go to the intentional foul. The visitors with the ball. They trail by 6.
Well, his three-pointer just hasn't been there in the second half.
Satoransky outside. Pass to Norris. Lets it go from deep. The offensive rebound. Satoransky outside. 5 to shoot. Here's Vesely. Launches the 3. That one doesn't go. He's now 5 for 9 in this one. And now they decide to foul intentionally. He launches. That's off. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
And he's got to be careful now. One more foul and his night is over.
The home team calls timeout. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The head coach of the home team had some words for his team over the break. He said, "This is who we are. This is the pace. Don't let up." He said it doesn't matter if they go on a run. What matters is how we respond. They plan to respond with a fury, guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Six to shoot. Puts up the tray. Shot's no good. In transition, here they come. Using the glass to lay it in.
Quickly getting the ball up court. That was a great lead pass in an easy finish.
Takes a three, buries it from outside.
And we're playing about as much defense as they did there. Not nearly enough.
Here's Dozier.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he's able to hit the second one, and that brings him with an 8.
Well, I'm sure he wanted to hit all of them, but he was still able to chip away a little bit more at this lead.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Another chance. Oh, no good. It's good from beyond the arc.
Yeah, if you give him that much room, he's usually going to connect.
And that's an intentional foul. And so they foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that increases the lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And if you get a chance to build your lead at the free throw line, you've got to take it.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. From downtown. They turn it over. Driving to the basket. It's in! And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
So he gets them both. And it's a 7-point game. And so the home crowd treated to a win. This one was in the balance right until the final seconds.
NBA, they showed their character when it mattered most, sending those fans home happy.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.